How do they sell the war on terror? We're there to protect you. We're there to make you safe. They didn't tell you they're there to sell opium and confiscate all the oil in the world. Because if they did that, nobody's gonna send their kid to go fight in a war. If you tell them, oh yeah, well we're gonna send your kid to Iraq and Afghanistan because we want to smuggle all the opium and monopolize the oil industry. But if it's, we're going to fight terrorism and help you be safe and fight for democracy and fight for your country and all the things you believe in, okay, I'll give up my kid's life for that. You're not going to give up your kid's life because you want to make some businessman rich. So, but then there's some countries historically where it's like, well, that's what you do. You're a slave. There's nothing you do. You grow up and you do what your master tells you to do, and that's it. We're getting to the point where they can't hide it anymore. They're actually making you convinced that being a slave is something that's okay. And that's the problem. Because it used to be that, you were given this illusion that you were free and that you make the decisions for the good, right reason to support the system. Now that you know the system's corrupt, well, we're just going to tell you. And there's nothing you can do about it. And you got some people that are okay with that, and there's some people that are not. So it's becoming like we're like those old traditional tyrannical countries where, yeah, this is just power of one authority figure over another, and yeah, there's nothing you can do about it.
I worry that the marionette, they have things engineered so well always that there's always layers of obfuscation, so that at the time any given thing happens,
they can adjust.
Very few of us, even the most alert ones of us, could possibly discern what is happening now or what has just happened. Only after a little bit of the dust is settling, then we can see the patterns. And of course, it's getting easier and easier to be sure. And, I like to think I'm a little bit in the vanguard because I've been studying these things all my life. When 9/11 happened, I blurted something out. I worked at Charles Schwab. And, this happened before I went to work that morning. It was on the internet. So I had the internet as I was having breakfast and taking my shower and getting dressed to go to work at my job as an investment specialist at Charles Schwab. And these had all happened, The first plane had hit, and by the time I was done with breakfast, the second plane had hit. Maybe the second plane had hit about the time I was just at work. And I remember I blurted out something like, this couldn't have happened without the complicity of the U.S. government. And that idea, I think, was so radical, or just so completely...
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't put you in a camp or something.
Completely... Well, remember, this was before any Patriot Act, before the War on Terror began and official,
but still.
But in my gut, it was so obvious. There were so many things about it, and when you look at these things, when you look at the conspiracies, all of these things, they're very obviously phony. But they're hidden in plain sight. They do these things, as you've indicated earlier, before the tape was rolling. We know more and more now how all kinds of media sources are used to give us previews of some of the things they're trying to do. All these movies over the last number of years about catastrophic things happening, the Independence Day and all that stuff.
Right.
2012, the movie. Avatar, I think, is a real psyops kind of thing. All those things are.
Absolutely. So when you said that, did anybody say anything back to you?
No, but I think that it might have been noted and filed, and it might have colored the way a couple of people thought about me after that.
Do you think they still feel the same way?
Don't know. It's
why
been
do
too
these
long.
People, why do so
I'm
many
not
people
associated
living
with that anymore.
in this world where they just, not only do they not think that it's true, they don't want to look at it.
It's too, I think that they have a sense, in some cases they have a sense of what is the deal, and it simply is just too terrible and big. It's too big, too terrible. And it is, I think. After all, it's a source of stress for me.
With September 11th, the thing with me is that you're so conditioned to believe in one thing to the point where you made it reality, almost as much reality as it's science. And then
Maybe I
when you
was mad
realize
because they tricked
it's
me.
not what you think it was,
Exactly.
it opens up all these. It opens up Pandora's box. It opens up all these things you thought were real that weren't. You look at it a different way. What's important about September 11th is that people have to understand that when you're lied to, why are you lying to? And it opens up this idea. It's kind of like, you find out your wife's cheating on you kind of thing. It's like, what else don't I know? Like the
What else
government
was
cheated
going
on you.
on?
They told
Right.
you, they made you think that you were being attacked. They sent you home. They put you in front of the television for 4 days straight, convincing you that you were attacked in the comforts of your own bedroom. And you believe for 2-3 years straight that this bad thing happened. You were attacked by this foreign power. And then when you come to realize that maybe that wasn't true. Well, what else don't I know? What else isn't true? Oh, and it leads into all these things. So it's an awakening. It's not personal unless you were there. Unless you actually lost a family member, unless you almost got killed yourself or you were there. Some people could connect to it, like your dad was a firefighter, so you could kind of connect to it a little bit more than maybe other people. But
it was also that I was lied to though too. I mean, maybe that also had, maybe it was some type of pride thing.
well, what it was with me was it was that what I was taught to believe was real wasn't.
That bothered me. Yeah.
And it's not even so much that it bothers you, but it intrigues you. It's like, whoa, I can't believe that there's something that I thought was real.
I thought I knew it
was
all.
as real as my hand or attached to my body real.
Right.
Isn't. That's a blow to your consciousness. That's a serious, like, whoa, man, what else? And it isn't so much that they take 9/11 personally, but it's the very fact that a system that you thought all your life was honest and there to protect you is not there to protect you, doesn't care about you, and may even be there to hurt you. And that's when you relate that fact to everything in your life and make a connection to where you go, you know what? This is bullshit. I gotta do something. You gotta go through pain. You gotta know the problems in your life. I'm not talking personal problems, but like your job situation, your home situation, your debt, your health. Why the cops bug you, why they pull you over for having one drink, why they increase taxes. When you understand that all that is not intended to protect you and be good for you, and that it's intended to make one party more powerful than you, because the thing with the system is we're taught to believe it's all for our benefit. It's all good for us. That's the reason why they're so afraid of people fighting against, because they sold you on the idea that it's all set up for your good. And once you believe that's not for your good, that's when you react, and that's when everything falls apart. And that's what they're really afraid of. Because some countries, they grow up believing governments are tyrannical, but they don't believe there's anything to do about it. They just kind of grow up with this idea, well, there's nothing you can do.
That's what they do.
But we live in a country where we believe that our system of government and our military and the wars we fight and all that stuff is for our good.